Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Plan of action today. We're going to have a good week and we're going to try and dig out some positives. In the market, absolute decimation, haven't we? Absolute decimation. So, yeah, let's relax. Go grab a coffee. Morning, Swap. How are you doing? How are you doing? Swap is right up to date on the old Twitter feed over the weekend. I could see Rude Soup. Go for Rude. Have you got a Twitter? Go drop your tweet feed because you've been spot on in the Discord, sir. What's up, Ali? Yeah, grab a coffee. Let's global meltdowns. By the blood. Rude Soup, drop your Twitter if you've got one, and you Swap in the chat if you can. Cause Swap's been spot on over the weekend with his order flow. Certainly, I was kind of away from desk a little bit over the weekend, watching the decimation. But we're seeing Swap's tweets. We're seeing Rude in the Discord as well. Rude Soup's been hopefully looking higher over the last couple of weeks, but warning of this little downturn. So I'll show you that anyway. We've got a few things to look at today, but just thought we'd do this one today and see what we can find out. All right, so let's have a look. If you're unfamiliar with this platform, TRDR Console, grab yourself a link from below. Console, free console trial, best data out there. Absolutely brilliant data here. Great team behind this as well. All right, guys. So for a little bit of context, we are going to drop into the order flow with the console. I do have to point out that a lot of altcoin order flow has been absolutely decimated. I'm going to keep repeating that today. Decimated as I sip my 10th espresso down, looking for a euro bounce in the markets. A lot of altcoin order flow has been absolutely decimated. So if you are playing today, lower the leverage, boys and girls. I certainly think you're in for good spot buys though, to be honest. And there's a few data points we can look at that are pointing that way. Crypto is in good company, isn't it? Everything's down. Okay, everything's absolutely down. Breaking down a lot of what you would call classic TA levels. Order books getting decimated. A lot of markets selling yesterday, but we are in good company because the stock market is massively down as well. Obviously, there's been a few tweets going around over the weekend. Yo, Fireblade's in. Fireblade's been on point in the Discord as well. Welcome in, sir. Grab a drink and let's have a look at what's going on. Few obviously tweets going in over the weekend. I saw as I was trying to keep up with the action. God, you try and have a couple of days off, don't you? And the markets are just well. You could call this opportunity, really, couldn't you? I do like to see it that way. You know, let's try and stay positive today. Okay. But yeah, stonk market is down only. Welcome to the fucking show, where we've been used to this for years, haven't we? Welcome to the show. Japanese stonk market experiencing drops that it hasn't seen since 1987. So everything's selling off. Obviously dragging all risk assets down, but interestingly enough, it's a down day for everything. Look at Dixie right here. Even Dixie's down. Sometimes you just get those periods, don't you? I'm no legacy market expert in no way, shape or form. Yo, Enos, how are you doing? I'm not a legacy market expert. I used to trade this fucking hell years ago, 2016, 17 euro indices and stuff. But nowadays, I prefer to stick to crypto. But you get these periods sometimes where everything is down. Okay, so I think gold is probably doing the best today, to be honest. If you have a look at that, but yeah, Dixie down, Stonks down, everything's down. You do get this now and again. Do you see this as opportunity? I would like to think so, to be honest. I would like to think so. Okay, so before we drop into the order flow and have a look at some data and see what's... Ines says, today's ISM services PMI news will put another hammer in the markets looking at the... Yeah, fucking hell. Do you know, you know when you kind of like your classic TA levels get decimated, the order flow's getting decimated. You can either really chill and go, this is a good area to grab some spot, and I'm just going to leave the leverage for now until better risk reward opportunities present themselves without these ridiculous 10% swings. Or you can really shit yourself and panic and not touch anything, which is, you know, I guess if you're going to sit on your hands, that's also a good option. But I think as traders and investors, I think this is good opportunity, whether you believe we're going lower or not. Even if you were just to present yourself with a little bit of spot trading, I don't think there's anything wrong with that here at all. And we will have a look at the order flow and have a look at a couple of reasons why. Classic TA wise, you guys let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm not particularly seeing a lot that is good or levels. The only thing I will show you is something that fellow TRDR user Honey Badger presented on Twitter, and I think he posted it a while ago as well, and Rude Soup has been looking at this as well. But obviously weekly has absolutely smashed. I was looking for the weekly 21 to hold for a continuation of bull market, not to be, okay? Daily chart looking dog shit as well. All right, so dog shit. Really back down to this 382.52k there. Obviously, we're just floating above that now. Interesting level. Someone fact check me if I'm wrong. BTC ETF launch price around that 46.9 level, 46.924 I've got there, give or take a few dollars. Someone let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on that level, because I would like to change it. 4 hour, not even worth looking at. I would look at 15-minute and 1 hour time frames if you're having a little play today. But for me, when we have these absolute decimation runoffs, higher time frames, daily, 4 hours, not really presenting too much. I did have an order block there at 50.7k, but yeah, ETF price back there 46.9. So yeah, let me know if that's the right price. Veg food lover, Gary Token analysis, please. What the hell is Gary Token? I'm sure you came in with this the other week. I don't even know what Gary is. Gary, is this because you're 100x long on it and it's not too bad actually, is it? Yeah, we'll maybe have a look at this a bit later, but it's all-time lows. So I'm not going to dive too much into altcoins today because, as I say, a lot of them obviously have been absolutely decimated, haven't they? Okay, so not going to dive too much into altcoins today. Having a little bounce now. I'm kind of expecting long-term purposes Web3 stream platform. All right, yeah. I don't think we've got order flow on it, but we can have a quick look. Just remind me in a bit. We'll have a quick look at the chart, but it looks like it's at all-time lows. So for a spot buy, you know, I think for a spot buy for a few things, there's obviously nothing wrong here at all, is there? I would say. Okay, so let's dive into some other stuff just quickly. Okay, so yeah, the only thing classic TA wise, apart from the BTC ETF launch price, that I just wanted to point out is a chart that fellow TRDR user, great trader, Honey Badger. Go give Honey Badger a follow on Twitter if you aren't already. I don't know why you are, at Honey Badger C. Okay, post some really good stuff, and this is something that Honey Badger has posted that I do like. Okay, descending broadening wedge, I believe this is called. Is it? I think it is. Yeah. Really nice, and I do like this with the fact of what I'm seeing in the data. Okay, so I need to see a little bit more depth in the order books, but I like the OI nuke, and I like that. I like that we've had a big wipeout down here in this area. So really nice that. And it's actually something that Rude Soup pointed out as well. And I think Rude Soup actually had this posted a while back in the TRDR Discord, and was warning everyone of this zone. We have been risking off. It does have to say, I think we've been judging the market very well in the TRDR communities. Yo, Enos, how are you doing? I think we've been really good with our bias on the way the market has been playing in the TRDR communities. we've certainly been hedging our positions at the top, nearly every top, 72k. Even last week we were hedging short positions, but it has to be said, did take profit on most of that and was expecting to get a little bit risk on coming into this week, but it wasn't to be, was it? It's fraud. I say that because I'm blaming Jamie Dimon because he's taken an interest in Bitcoin now, so I'm sure he is trying to secure himself a position, isn't he? Maybe. Anyway, let's move on. Right, so grab yourself a link from below. If you're not familiar with this console, there is also the Academy if you're in need of any more in-depth education. All right, guys, there is some free stuff in here as well. CoinCal's risk reward, the order flow there, order book overlay from DK. We've got some free stuff in here as well. Bennett's old school stuff with the order book delta, aggregated depth, liquidity, and Binance Futures Watch the Whale. You've got my free stuff in here as well. But then if you are in need of some really more in-depth education, go and have a look at the market analysis course if that's something that could be of interest to you. Right, jump in. Can we find any positives in the market? As I say, I think we're in for a little bit of a euro bounce. It has to be said. Let me just read a couple of comments. Founders of jump trading our former CME group pit traders. Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. Once I've short. Yeah, okay. Did Justin Sun get liquidated or something? The TRX has been an absolute stable coin. What did he get liquidated on as well? Someone drop in the chat what's going on with Justin Sun as well. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people coming out of some big positions at the minute, isn't there? Right, let's have a look. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to start off. You can just see I'm just on the multiverse at the minute because I was looking for some bounces this morning. Didn't even have a clue what WorldCoin was, but really nice order flow on it, to be honest. So little bounces up, and you can see Bitcoin absolutely smashed that 50k zone, wicked down into the 48s, okay, on some exchanges. I will just go through this a little bit now. And Bitcoin is still getting a little bit of selling going on, okay? But we're just going to start with a little bit higher time frame. I just want to show you a couple of bits. Let me just get this up nice and tidy for you on higher time frames. I'm just going to hide that slightly, although note you've had a liquidity alert here because the order books have been absolutely decimated, okay? So daily time frame, look, it looks horrible, doesn't it? Right, there's no getting away from this. It looks absolutely horrible. Let me just zoom into this and let me just clip on that descending in. That's too much espresso for you in a morning. So what some of the guys are looking at is this sort of thing, aren't they? Okay. I'm not a massive classic TA trader, but I do like that. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that on there. They're looking for this bounce here, so a bit of confirmation and run and gun. Okay, that could be quite nice there. That's what a lot of people are looking at, or I say a few people are looking at. So it could be very nice. All right, guys, so I'm just going to keep that on there. One thing to look at, go and check the Liquidity King YouTube video, is the order books, and rightly so after last night's action, have been absolutely decimated, okay? Perps order books right at the lows, okay? I can share this template if you need it, but I've just put some top and lower bands on this now, as you can see with the green and red lines. I shared this at the weekend in the Telegram and the Discord, all right? But if you need this, I can probably drop a link to this in the chat. Absolute levels we've not seen on spot market book depth since October 23. Absolute decimation. Same with open interest, and obviously massive liquidations at the bottom here, okay? So what do we say when this is happening? We look, we don't dive in, okay, with massive leverage. Don't dive in with massive leverage. But this is now a zone to look for risk on, okay? Don't get... I know there's stuff going on in the world. I'm sure we are in for more volatility as the day continues, okay? But personally, I wouldn't be looking for massive, you know, swing short. I'm going to chase this down short positions when liquidity has been nuked like this. What we tend to find is it's very easy to push price back up with lower volume when the books have been decimated like this. Okay, so perps books here in blue, spot books here in green, open interest absolutely decimated, absolutely wiped out a shitload of contracts from all exchanges, aggregation here, obviously perpetuals. It's very easy to then float price up. I'm not saying it's going to go V-shape back up, but I certainly don't think you want to be, even though we may get those low prices. We just looked at that ETF launch price, didn't we? Okay, I would chill a little bit and look for risk on in spot. And if you are trading derivatives, okay, keep it low time frame, keep it quick, in and out. Don't hold on to positions. Don't wear your heart on your sleeve and say this is the bottom. In and out, perps positions. Look for best bid, okay, best execution and best bid in your spot positions, because I'm sure that in a few months, a year to come, you're going to see this as a massive, massive opportunity. I still believe that. Rude Soup says 8k easy by the end of the year. I thought you were going to say end of the day then. End of the year if Trump wins. Yeah, I mean, look, political Middle East tensions, not going to dive into that too much, or anything else. Warren Buffett selling stonks, anything, okay? The order flow and higher time frames, I'm on a daily basis here, is suggesting to you, and this is historical, if you've got this template, go pull it up, do your own research, you know, just go back to some of the other positions we've been in where we've had absolute nukes and open interest. The spot books have been nuked down here, okay, and perps have been nuked. Now, this changes because historically back here in 22 and 23, you have different parameters, okay? That's why just recently I've updated this template and put these parameters on, okay? So green, risk on, green, risk on, green, risk on, loads of liquidations. Okay, high risk off. Okay, so last risk off for us up here was at that 70k level. We then took another little bit of risk off. Was it last weekend, the Trump? Everyone was looking for a Trump pump, and we risked off over the weekend as well. I think it was, wasn't there? Rude will correct me on that. But I was saying in the Discord, fuck Trump and his Trump pump. I think it's a head short position up here. So I think that was last weekend, wasn't it? Didn't expect us to go this low, I do have to say. Right, so I'm going to move on. Or if there's anything else you need me to cover here, but basically higher time frame, I would certainly look. Yeah. Yeah, was that only last weekend? God, time's flying by. On fair volume gaps, yeah, above will make it hard for price to move up along with liquidity pulse. Look, it's not going to be easy here. Yeah, definitely. And after such a decimation like this, and I will keep repeating that because it's brutal, this price action, isn't it? It's not going to be easy to float up. I don't think price will V-shape up at all. It now needs to auction, doesn't it? Okay, it now needs to auction. Who wants it? Who's going to bid this here, you know? Okay, so we now need to see an auction of price. That's why it's going to be a lot easier and a lot comfier for spot traders to put in a little bit of position at best execution at the best price they can possibly get, you know, maybe grid some limit orders and be happy, okay? Leverage traders are, you know, gunslinging, high leverage traders, yeah, quick in and out, you know, quick in and out, if anything, today, to be honest. Okay, so higher time frame, I like badgers. I'm going to claim it as badgers and rude soups descending and broadening wedge. Very, very nice. I do like that shape. I do like a little bit of classic TA now and again. I like that the order books have been decimated. I like that the open interest has been decimated. I like that we're on negative funding. And I like that everyone's shitting themselves, okay? Yeah, right. So what I'm going to move on to now is I could look at volume with you, but I'll tell you right now, there's going to be no edge right here, right now, because we have absolutely plummeted. So you're not going to see any major edge in volume just yet. The way you'd start to build edge on the volume again would be to come and test this wick space and start to build lower time frame bullish divergences or something like that, you know. Everything's been decimated, absolutely decimated. So I'm not concentrating on that just too much yet. Let's see what the US session brings in a couple of hours. All right, guys. So order flow, let me just go to lower time frames. God, I was on the 3-minute chart earlier. Right, okay. I'm going to start with spot. Spot were bidding this. So this was back at the weekend. So yeah, over the weekend. The only thing to be said is it was quite light spot bid, and it was mainly coming from Binance USDT, and it wasn't even thick bid. Going into the weekend, I was thinking it'd be nice if this level holds up at 59.60k. Do we get more bid over the weekend and then run up? Obviously, this is all hindsight, you know. I didn't, and it does have to be said, I didn't even want the gap traders to get a fill. I was of the frame of mind of, nah, fuck that gap. Let's leave it behind and just run it up. But it wasn't to be, you know. We take what we get, don't we? Okay. Sunday, as the day went on, I was still quite happy here in this flat price action. And I have to say, I don't like to short or head short on flat price action. I prefer violence, okay? I prefer a run up in price, high up in interest into supply, and then short back down. But as the day was going on Sunday, it does have to be said, Bitstamp was still really selling into this. If I just show you a 15-minute chart, this is some of our hedge positions the other week, okay, where we're hedging, running up and hedging those positions. Bitstamp with 90 ratios up here. I don't know if they've got some of them government tokens that went over. Yeah, it's Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon, he'll be shilling the government to sell their tokens or something. But anyway, this was yesterday on Bitstamp again, and I know that Bitstamp, they don't always produce the kind of volume that will push a market one way or another. Okay, so Binance obviously do bigger volume, Bybit do bigger volume, don't they? But I'll tell you what, you fucking hellfire, excuse my language, you don't want to ignore this at the minute. So as the day went on yesterday, I was like, oh shit, this is not looking too good, is it? And then it has to be said as well that Coinbase had some top levels here, okay? So they were looking for a gap fill down here. Coinbase had some levels, but again, the bid wasn't aggressive on every tiny bounce they've sold into it. They're even doing a little bit of selling. I do think we push a little bit beyond here up into the US session, and then we'll see what we get. But every little bounce from Coinbase, they were selling into it. Okay. Another thing to note, even if you're just not looking at the separate exchanges, okay, is that the aggregated book depth, the highest we ever got to was 600 million. So no major interest from all exchanges in Confluence, because Bitstamp have been selling and Coinbase Pro, they're just not that interested, okay? As we know, aggregated bid, we want 1 billion, okay? So if you get any rotations back down here now to those price levels we've just talked about, okay, and you start to see 1 billion book depth, it's going to look better, isn't it? It's going to look a lot better. Billion book depth, volume bull divs. Let's go and attack that descending, broadening wedge. But yeah, so look, spot players down here have certainly been filling bid. Okay, they've certainly been filling bid. Nothing wrong with that, because it's certainly going to be all higher time frame, isn't it? They're probably, your spot traders don't mind holding on to a little bit of a bid, do they? And seeing themselves go underwater for a few percent or so. Something to note, Bitstamp, very market makery. They are just defending this level at 51.7 there, so not bad from them. Perps traders have been wiped out here, okay? So there was some dynamic bid coming in over the weekend. Double band ratios, so not too bad from Perps. This looked quite aggressive up here because they were just probably thinking, yeah, let's defend this gap zone now. But it wasn't to be. And what you certainly don't want to see, again, from the Perps books is these. These are quite small here, but if you can just see these order blocks, these top levels here, you certainly don't want to see them chasing price down, okay? If you're expecting higher, you don't want to see any of these offers chasing price down, okay? So just something of note there. Other Perps exchanges, there's not going to be too much edge, to be honest. Let's just run through the other spot exchanges and see where we can see our largest order blocks. I'm going to go to a 5 minutes. It's just a little bit more detailed. Yeah, so I think we can bounce here. Okay, so we're just on KuCoin at the minute. So KuCoin USDT spot. Okay, so they've been bidding this. Okay, nice to see these guys and girls back active in the order flow. Okay, because they do tend to be on the right side of the market. I've said that before. Something of interest, they were capping price here at the weekend, and they were certainly ready to sell into it if we did get a further bounce up yesterday at 61k. They're bidding this now. Light order block to the top side at 56. I think we'll see 55, 5, 56 in a few of the other exchanges as well. Let's go through Kraken. They've been, again, they've certainly been filling spot bid down here. Biggest order block for them, 48.6. Kraken USD, similar down here, similar kind of price they've been filling. Gemini Twins, they've been filling bid all the way down here as well. No major offers above. Coinbase Pro are actually selling into this now. So they're selling all the way into, you see these bands here up to 54k. Bitstamp defending price here, which is nice to see because they have been the main sluts, I'm going to call them, selling sluts from back here. Excuse my language, but they're defending price here now, as I say, 51.7. Bitfinex USDT. Bitfinex USDT, 48.5 again. So we're now building, if you get another rotation down, we're now building a little bit more confluence here at the 48.5 level with a few exchanges already. Bitfinex USD, a little bit of a messy chart from them, okay. Binance, okay, one of the biggest spot exchanges we've got. Unfortunately, like I mentioned before, we don't have all the data for Bybit, unfortunately. Perps, we just, Bybit spot as well. It's just Perps, isn't it? Bybit do spot, don't they? Of course they do. I used to be on Bybit years ago. Of course they do spot. And it's inverse swap on there as well, isn't it? Anyway, we don't have the data from Bybit. Right, so Binance, yeah, obvious areas to the top side. No major offers right now. Slight offers here. You can probably hardly even see them. Not big offers. And to the downside, you've got a few order blocks. 50k, 49k, and 47.9 right there. TUSD and FDUSD, I'm not going to pay too much attention to be honest, because, again, they don't do massive volume. But just of note there, the similar kind of order blocks, right? Coin M, a little bit messy, I guess, isn't it? They've got some sells above there. Right, altcoins, I do have to say, we can look at a few altcoins, but it does have to be said that the altcoin order flow is a right fucking mess, to be honest. Let's have a quick look at ETH. ETH, a telltale sign yesterday, was this. Let me just refresh that quickly. The ETH order block here that we were looking for to hold, I thought this looked really, really nice. Oh, was it that one there, actually? I think it might have been that one. Yeah, I'm on a 5 minute. It was yesterday, this one, okay? ETH here, this order block started to get a little bit pulled, okay? ETH order block at 2,800. And then the spot market, they actually capped price at 2,900. Again, when BTC's not looking too healthy, you don't want to see this. You do not want to see this. I was long ETH. I was happy with this. This looked a great risk reward. When you start to see this, it is not good. All right, it's not good. So yeah, ETH looks absolute dog turd, and it's very messy here as well. And this is what I mean. Your best order flow is going to come from the larger assets, okay, with more participants in the market. But perps traders have obviously been really, really wiped out. So order flow on perps isn't going to be the best. ETH order flow here, not the best. I mean, Christ, look at this. You're looking at 2.5. Yeah, I'll call that 2,500 top side. Okay, 2,100 to the downside. So potential swings in the next 48 hours, 14%. And that's why I'm saying you just need to be careful with a little bit of leverage, all right? ETH still getting sold into on Coinbase as well. Let's have a look at ETH BTC. Nice to see that ETH BTC is getting a little bit of bid, but it did get sold off there from Bitfinex. Let me just have a look at Bitstamp. Bitstamp ETH BTC, yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. What else did I need to look at with you? So a couple of things to point out. If you are looking for a hedge, it was funny because I said to the guys in the Discord yesterday, with it being a Sunday and being away from desk, I said, yeah, I don't know if I really want to chase shorts here. I'm not really into, chasing this down. As the day progressed, it became apparent that it was like, oh shit. Okay. So a couple of ones that looked really, really good. Pepe here. I just need to refresh that. The top levels change a little bit there. Excuse the refresh. Pepe yesterday. All right. Big order block. Not much selling on it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you perps. Perps were absolutely brutal and selling into Pepe yesterday. So spot capped the order flow there. Okay, so they were capping price. It was actually a nice day trade long, I thought, as well. And if you check WIF out, we can go look at that in a second. WIF was a nice day trade long. Saying that to a couple of guys in private yesterday. But Pepe, absolutely, you are going no high, sir. That is a massive order block. Not sure if that one got filled, but I just want to show you perps. Look at this from perps. So at the same time that spot are saying you are going no higher, okay, and you're thinking that BTC is, oh, shit, this is looking a bit dodgy. ETH price is getting capped. Levels are getting pulled below. We haven't got massive thick bid. And, you know, if you are wanting to hedge your position, you don't have to at all. You know, maybe you've just woke up this morning and you're looking for a bit of risk on, like we talked about earlier in the spot market or whatever, okay? But if you are looking for those hedge positions, okay, best we did see yesterday, Pepe was one. Okay, Maker was another, and I do have to say that the Maker chart is generally quite good, and it was down at its lower time frame trend line, okay? But if you're looking for a little bit of a hedge position, Maker was an absolute beaut yesterday as well. As soon as this came in, this is like 3:30 in the afternoon yesterday my time. Maker came in, spot market selling as well, so very, very valid. Nice risk reward. Risk is basically above this top level, and it got absolutely caned into the lows, so it was nice to wake up and see that yesterday. One that DK pointed out in private, actually kept it to himself, cheeky bar steward, was this one. Well, I say kept it in private, he told us guys. Storge, perps trade again. Okay, so perps trade, absolute hellfire, absolute Apache helicopter hellfire from above onto the perps market, having a nice bounce now. No edge at this bottom end here, but I think all the market's bouncing, isn't it? You know, you don't want to, again, I'm not looking for shorts today until the US session and see what happens there, you know. But yesterday, as Bitcoin's looking a bit shit, okay, no bid on it again. ETH looking like it's going to break down levels. Storge, so DK pointed this out to a few of the guys in private. Really, really good. Cheers, DK. Appreciate that one. I owe you a beer. Any others? What I was just going to show you was WIF looked good yesterday morning. This was an absolute beaut. Day trade long. Really, really good. Good risk reward from the order block there. Came out of that one as soon as it just started to roll over. No real hedge or short position on this one because your largest order block was miles away, to be honest, on this one. If you appreciate that when you're taking a scalp or day trade long, your risk is like 2% here for the order, that order block there. But to the top side, although things are rolling over, you never know. I mean, that order block there, that biggest order block is actually 5% away. I wouldn't have liked to take that, to be honest, because even if BTC and everything's rolling over, coins like this, low liquidity coins, can really just, you know, maybe they can pump that 5% in a 2-minute candle, can't they? Okay, so interesting. That was a good one there as well. Little day trades. And then, yeah, people just really started to come out of position there, didn't they? So getting a bounce now. Drop in the chat if there's any plays that you had yesterday that were good. Did anyone hold any hedge positions from last week? I hope you did. I certainly didn't. We were hedging short. We were hedging short from 72k, if anyone's just joined the live stream and unfamiliar. Hedging short from 72, looking for lower. We've had a couple of risk-on trades. Last week, the Trump pump, good luck with that. We hedged short at the weekend, okay? Came out of that, quick scalp. We hedged short on Monday, last Monday, okay? So I think we shared that in the TRDR live Discord, but we're saying that to the guys on the Monday as well. We were looking for a spike up in price action last Monday, so we hedged short last Monday as well. Great trades. Then looked for a bit of risk on at the end of the week, and we got the rollover, didn't we, into the weekend, so it wasn't to be. But yeah, post in the chat. Let's have a look at what Big Boy's doing. Post in the chat if there's any trades you've taken recently or anything you're looking at that looks nice, as we just see what Bitcoin's doing. Yeah, won't surprise me to see a little further bounce up here today, despite the selling. It's very messy. I think if you got in anywhere in these little lows here, tighten up your risk for any little day trades or anything, because price is certainly getting capped a bit higher. But I think we can possibly float a little bit higher. Ines, what template do you want, sir? Do you want this one I've got on screen now, or there was the Liquidity King, which is the higher time frame one I shared earlier. They're all in the Telegram and Discord socials if you look at template sharing, or I can probably just post a link in here. What I'll do is this one on screen now, yeah? Okay, so this is just aggregated order book, yeah? Share with us. What I'll do is, just for the sake of it, because it's a bit of a mad day, isn't it? Let me share a few of these. Okay, so this is the one I've got on screen. All right, so order blocks, which we call top levels, bid and ask, which is your overlays, and then just a very simple one, this. This is just an aggregated, so this is spot and perps, aggregated book depth. Okay, so grey here is demand, and let me go back to one of the highs. This is your supply. Okay, so supply zone in white. All right. Let me share these. Why not? Why not? Let me have a sip of espresso. Share with us. Volume King. So these are the main three. Volume King, Wales against smaller traders with a nice recipe of open interest at the bottom here. Funding. So we can see funding's super negative now. Okay. One thing on here that I don't like is the LS ratio. Yeah, we could be in for another washout. So lower time frame, 5 minute time frame, I think we could still be up for a little bit of a rise. You can see here the red line is your retail traders going long on a Sunday evening. That's a brilliant idea, isn't it? Going long on a Sunday evening with high open interest. They're actually short in the lows now, which is probably giving us this negative funding. So I think we could maybe float a little bit higher now. We'll see. And then the higher time frame that we're looking at, which is I do like this on basically a 4 hour and a daily. Okay, so 4 hour and a daily for higher time frame risk on is the Liquidity King. Let me just grab these. If you can't click that link, you might just have to copy it and share it. Okay. Oops. Liquidity King. There you go. And then bonus, absolute giga bonus for you. Exchange overview. Copy that, which is this one. Which I just like to keep this clean because this is a sort of chart I've been posting on Twitter and stuff a bit more. And what you can see is this is what we've got here is aggregated order book. Okay, so supply here again, supply at the top side, demand. Okay, so you can even see here at the top here, okay, it's 6970k. We were in a supply zone on the Trump pump. Okay, so people were looking for Trump to pump their bags. We were saying, fuck you, send it lower, please, sirs, and crypto gods. So we're in a supply zone on high open interest. Funding was up, lack of volume, and yeah, so basically aggregated book depth here, but I've just got my favourite exchanges in here, okay? My favourite exchanges volume. Then I've got funding here, okay, which I've just clipped with high funding parameter and low funding parameter. If I show you what high funding looks like, I'm going to have to scroll right across. Okay. High funding, you can just see here. All right, massive high funding in a supply zone, nuke it, yeah? So go and have a look at this chart. I'll share this. I'll drop a chart for that. Link for that one. I'll just drop that one link. So yeah, really, really good. So for this one, and again, this is all, I've just got this on an hourly chart, yeah? But so what you want to do on this one is, let me get rid of that fixed range because we're not in a fucking range anymore. We're going to have to, God, we're going to have to do some work, aren't we? I love a range because range trading's so easy. But yeah, we're going to have to do some work now. So what you want to look for on this template is, I do like to post this on Twitter because it looks fancy, to be honest. It's I do like it, right? So supply zone, high open interest, high open, you see up here on the price action. Okay, so high price action, supply zone, mega high open interest. Open interest down here, mega high open interest, and mega high funding. Okay, then for the downside, demand, negative funding, low open interest, demand, negative funding. Okay, so that's that chart there. Really, really nice chart. I do like that one. Just to have, you know, I like to have this one on an hourly time frame, just to have an assessment. And then what we tend to do is we go to lower time frames. Okay, so we assess from the higher time frames, top down as we call it. So we look at liquidity king, higher time frame. Do we want to be risk on? Okay, what's the funding doing? What's the open interest doing? Are we in good bid depth? And then we come to lower time frames, 5 minute, or if you really want best execution, I do actually like to go to a 1 minute. Let me just show you all that on Wildcoin, because Wildcoin was good this morning. Didn't even know what this fucking token was, to be honest, but I like to go to these kind of things because I was up for a little bit of a euro bounce. I wasn't looking at too many of the alts, but I did like Wild this morning. Okay, 90 ratio on the old bid depth. Okay, so trying to go for a jog, telling the wife I can't, I've got to play it. Risk on this under your order blocks, because a lot of coins didn't have these fat order blocks in defense of price or looking to get a fill. Okay, so 2.5% risk, really nice. Okay, so that, you know, that's what we do. We go high time frame down to lower time frame, and then we execute as best as we can with the order flow in here. Nice bid depth, nice order block, defending price or looking to get a fill, and away you go. All right, guys. So yeah, give us a shout if there's anything. Is there anything I've missed or not really covered today? No real agenda for today. I just wanted to jump in and share a couple of things, which was mainly that higher time frame liquidity. Okay, we've had an absolute nuke. So potentially we want to be looking for risk on. As I've mentioned, if you just joined, maybe not potentially a V-shape back up. Okay, but open interest nuked, funding is looking chill and good. You've still got some selling in here as we go. Bitstamp have taken the foot off the gas from this supply zone, and they are bidding and trying to defend this level right now. But Bitstamp does tend to be a little messy. I have acknowledged in the last couple of weeks the selling they have had, pointed that out to the guys in the socials, but generally not something I would fully put bias on the Bitstamp chart. If you're looking for mega confluence, it's really, for me, got to be Binance, Binance Perps, and Coinbase Pro. Okay, so yeah, Coinbase Pro doing a little bit of selling here. Remains to be seen what we get. Let's have a quick look at the alerts I've had recently then. So I've had some altcoins alerts. I do have to say I'm not that interested in playing altcoins today, really. Bitcoin and ETH could swing a few percent either way. Rune, that's Rune doing. Rune, I'd only be interested in playing the alts if they really look like, and I know Wild is not even a good asset, is it? It doesn't sound it anyway. I'm not too familiar with it. I know it gets a lot of hate, but I'd really only be interested in playing these assets if they had massive order blocks under them on defense, and for instance, Perp started chasing them up with order flow as well. So yeah, not too interested, to be honest. But Rune is catching a bid. Engine catching a little bit of bid here as well. I will go and have a look at Solana. Actually, Solana has broken down its higher time frame trend, I believe. STX, yeah, there's not a lot. Doge, I thought Doge was looking good last week. To be honest, I thought Doge was at a good level, and that's really, I mean, they've all broken down, haven't they? Let's go and have a look at Sol, because I've said for a long while that Sol chart is one of the best. So let's have a look at Sol, and it's, I think, I can even tell by the price, I think it's well below its trend line again now, so it needs to really cover. But what you can see from this is, look how messy the order flow is now. Perps is really messy. Spot is really messy. It's broken down these order blocks. So this was looking really nice yesterday. I had my eyes on this, okay. Came down to this level. Was fully expecting to come down and actually fill all of this, but after that bounce yesterday evening, when everything's still not looking that good, and then you see the orders and the order blocks stair-stepping down. It's just not the best. So let's just go and have a look at what the 4-hour chart is looking like on because I think it's been absolutely decimated, hasn't it? Again, that word coming up. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so this is, yeah, but I mean, past couple of days, to be honest. 166 was its level to kind of hold that trend line. Let me just zoom into that for you. Order flow, total mess. So you can see it's been getting some bidders. People are trying to bid it up, but yeah, I pointed out the other week, back at the beginning of July, I did like this little range here. I like the bid into the lows there, and then what I really, really wanted was for it to bounce, which we got, and then hold its trend here. And I thought that would have been really, really nice. Right here, right now, I almost need to get rid of that Livermore funnel, because it's just looking like it's going to pull a larger time frame range now, isn't it, on Sol? Let's have a look at that. Yeah, I mean, the value area low is pretty much similar, whatever you're looking at. So, yeah, I mean, you can say this is value. It's certainly getting a bid down here in that 108 level, but I certainly wouldn't want to commit to anything right here, right now, certainly on leverage or any margin or anything like that. I would just, you know, if you trade in spot again like Bitcoin, you're probably going to look pretty good. But this might take a little bit of time now. You're certainly in no kind of pattern here, I don't think at all. Anyway you cook it, log or otherwise, you know, you need to auction price now. You need to auction price, put in some kind of bottoming pattern with confluence of the bid, and then away we go. We might be able to do a little bit of business, but right here, right now, yeah, not the best, is it at all? Not the best at all. It's going to have to auction price. I'm going to leave those lines on, but get rid of that fixed range, to be honest, because I'm probably going to have to adjust that in the coming days. Right then, guys, so let's have a just quick check of what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin's the main man at the minute. Price coming back down a little bit hit right now. Let's have a look at what he's doing. Yeah, to be expected, to be expected. I do like to keep on lower time frames just to see what's going on right here, right now. But yeah, so yeah, look for a bit of risk on in spot in the coming days or week. Keep the leverage down. Keep the leverage down. Grab a link from below for the TRDR console. If you've liked what you've seen today, why wouldn't you? It's the best data in the crypto market. I'm away from desk actually most of the week this week. So not that I've told the wife yet, but I'm going to have to take my work with me a little bit and keep an eye on things, aren't I? To keep an eye on what's happening during the week, because you don't want to miss opportunities like this, do you? But I'll keep an eye on the socials. I'm not having a total holiday, just a little break away. So join the socials, keep up to date with everything that is happening. Grab a link from below for this console. I'll be around in the socials, and let's catch up soon. Let's have a proper catch up. May do a little bit of a live on Friday, and we'll have a full catch up then. All right, guys, have a good week. Have no fear. Chill. Lower the leverage and look for a bit of risk on in the coming days all week. All right, guys, speak soon. Cheers.